We'll talk about what's on the screen in just a moment. Thank you for joining me. If you recall, I made a video a while ago talking about that a male baby will get a surge of vitamin K at 8 days old. And vitamin K is for clotting. And that when God speaks about a male being circumcised in the 8th day, he knows what he's doing. It's not a coincidence. Genesis 17 verse 10 says this: "This is my covenant which you shall keep between me and you and your descendants after you. Every male child among you shall be circumcised, and you shall be circumcised in the flesh of your foreskins, and it shall be a sign of the covenant between me and you. He who is 8 days old among you shall be circumcised. Every male child in your generations, he who is born in your house or bought with money from any foreigner who is not your descendant." God knows what he's doing. It's not a coincidence. Now, you should probably read from Leviticus 11, beginning in verse 1 to verse 23 at least. For time purposes, we can't do that. We're going to start in verse 9, and then we're going to back up just a little bit. But this is something I've shared with you as well about the fishes in the water that have the fins and scales. 11 verse 9 says this: "These you may eat of all that are in the water, whatever in the water has fins and scales, whether in the sea or in the rivers, that you may eat." Now, this is something from Johns Hopkins in 1953, and you can just kind of look at what I'm showing you, but basically it speaks about the toxicity of fishes, other animals, etc. And the fishes especially that do not have fins and scales. God knows what he's doing. It's not a coincidence. Okay, so I've got one more thing here that I want to show you. Now, this next portion is new. This is something that I stumbled across from the World Health Organization. We're going to back up here to Leviticus 11, verse 3. It says this: "Among the animals, whatever divides the hoof, having cloven hooves and chewing the cud, that you may eat." Now, I'm not here to tell you that you shouldn't eat pork. That is not what this is about. But God knows what he's doing, and he gave these instructions. So this now is something that I want to show you from the World Health Organization. And let's scroll here to what it says. What do you consider as red meat? Red meat from all mammalian muscle meat: beef, veal, pork, lamb, mutton, horse, and goat. Okay. Now I'm going to scroll down. You should look at this if you're interested. I've got a couple of pages that I want to show you. So here's what it says. Red meat was classified as group 2A, probably carcinogenic to humans. What does this mean exactly? Let's click on that. Let's look at that. It says there's limited evidence, a positive association, etc. So that's something that I want to show you. I'm going to scroll down to a couple more things here. It says processed meat. Okay, so it says in the case of processed meat, classification is based on sufficient evidence that processed meat causes colorectal cancer. I'm just showing you the source. And then I've got one more thing that I want to show you. And basically it's about, is there a type of red meat that is safer? So now we're going to click on that. Here's what it says. A few studies, and it speaks about the cancer risk, but it says beef, pork, and then it speaks about processed meat like hams and hot dogs. So in that example, 3 of the 4 are pork. Pork, ham, hot dogs. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't eat that. I'm just saying that this is what it says according to the World Health Organization. So that is for you to contemplate and for you to do with what God asks you to do. Armor up, we ride at dawn. May God bless you as always. Have a great day.